If you're a fan of 16-bit style games, then 2025 is the year for you. Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, Chronicles of the Wolf, Neon, Inferno, and if that wasn't enough, we're getting a new 2D run-and-gun title to one of the best action movies of all time.
I'm back.
We have stages where we play as a future John Connor, blasting our way through Terminators with a laser rifle. Or playing as his mother, Sarah Connor, as we fight our way through the mental hospital, beating people with a nightstick. They even recreated the classic scene in T2, where the T-1000 is in a semi-truck as he comes crashing down, chasing a young John Connor who's desperate, trying to escape with his life. Or how about when the T-1000 takes control of the police helicopter and starts flying after the SWAT truck, as Sarah Connor is locked and loaded, blasting away at him. By the way, an interesting fact about the film: when the helicopter flies under the freeway pass, it was deemed such a dangerous stunt that the camera crew refused to film it. James Cameron got behind the lens himself to film this scene.
It gets interesting. You see this helicopter going under a freeway overpass? Yeah. That's a helicopter going under a freeway overpass. The crew...
That was real?
The camera crew said, we won't shoot that. So I said, okay, fine, I'll shoot it myself. And it was just me and the insert car driver following the helicopter through there.
But let's get back to the game. The developers even recreated the scene where a butt-naked Arnold is beating up bikers in the bar. It honestly feels as if this game wants to deliver every iconic scene from the movie.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
By the way, how cool is it that this game has Contra Style run-and-gun gameplay with great sound effects, awesome weapons, and over-the-top explosions? I mean, this scene literally looks like a nod to Alien Wars. However, cool gunplay is not all Terminator 2D No Fate seems to offer, because it even has beat 'em up sections. I mean, we saw Arnold beating up bikers as he performs shoulder rams and hard-hitting haymakers, or Sarah Connor beating people up with a nightstick. In fact, it even appears as if the game is going to blend these two styles of play. So even though you're armed with a minigun or pistol, you're able to do slides and shoulder rams. The only thing that would make this game better is if we could get some of those cool Arnold Schwarzenegger one-liners. Oh, wait a minute, the game has that too.
Hasta la vista, baby.
This is the Terminator game we should have gotten back in the 90s. In fact, not only does it look like an amazing Terminator game, it looks like a love letter to retro 90s classics all around. It is so refreshing to see a game that seems to be made by fans for the fans.
My name's Mike Tucker. I'm the designer programmer of TTD, and it's a love letter, I guess, to 80s, 90s arcade games, and we feel like it's the T2 game we should have had back in our youth.
I don't know about you guys, but I love to hear when games like this has a development team that seems so passionate about the IP they're working on. When developers actually seem to care about the franchise and respect the source material is a massive win in my book.
Throughout the game, we have numerous different sections and levels throughout that reflect different parts of the movie. The movie is something we all grew up with and all love dearly, and when anytime you're translating something from one medium to another medium, you have to get the feel correct, you have to get all the key points, you have to get all the moments in the original source across.
When I heard about the project, I knew it was going to be a big ask, because T2 spans so many scenes and characters, and in my head I thought, yeah, this is going to take multiple types of gameplay.
Bitmap Bureau just gets it. They went in wanting to craft an experience worthy of the T2 legacy. They knew the project was going to be big. They knew the movie had so many iconic moments they had to put in the game. And judging by the trailer, it seems as if they pretty much nailed it. These guys could have just phoned it in and released just an okay game, creating another project trying to cash in on fans' nostalgia alone. But it definitely feels like they went above and beyond to deliver the game fans have been asking for decades.
Terminator 2 has a number of iconic scenes in the film, and what we found in the game design phase was that they don't suit a particular type of gameplay. So you can have a future war where you're running and gunning, sort of almost Contra-esque, but as soon as you look at something like a truck chase scene or the hospital, they're just very different types of gameplay. So early on in the game development process, we realised that we needed to look at how we could balance that, how we could have the different characters in the game, and how we could generally tie that together to make a really exciting experience for the gameplay.
Now, while I love to see all these famous scenes recreated in a retro video game, there's no way around it. They had to throw in a bunch of different types of gameplay to match the different scenes in the movie. However, at the end of the day, this is still a video game. So if the gameplay styles did not mesh well together, it would just ruin the entire experience. Luckily, it seems the developers thought of this as well.
It meant jumping around many genres, and yeah, it was quite a challenge making sure that each genre felt fun and kind of flowed from one into the other. But yeah, I think it worked.
Also, the game had to be playable enough and teach you to play within seconds, otherwise you'll be confused and you'll give up on the game. So getting that curve of difficulty just right is an important part of it, and that all comes from retro gaming. So taking those lessons we've learned throughout time and applying to new games is super important.
You know, it's funny. It feels like the entire world is getting excited for all the big AAA games coming our way, like Grand Theft Auto 6. But for me personally, I just feel more and more excited for these smaller budget titles. Maybe I'm going through a midlife crisis and wanting to relive part of my childhood. I really don't know what it is. All I do know is I'm happy that 2025 is jam-packed with so many great retro style games. Because honestly, if it wasn't for titles like this, I think my passion for gaming would start to die out.
Come with me if you want to live.
Now, while we had to wait decades for this Terminator game, luckily we don't have to wait much longer for the release of Terminator 2D No Fate, as the game is set to be released on September 5th for PC, PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series S and X, and Nintendo Switch. But I would love to hear what you all think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. By the way, if you made it this far and did enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. As for me, I got a ton of work to do, so I'm gonna get back to the grind and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.